my goodness, FP3. Let's start with an overview of what we're doing, because I think that would be helpful to many folks here. Right here. That's FP1, you're starting with the whole year. Remember, this whole project is an imperfect attempt to see what it's like to plan in a year. But you're welcome, I won't have you plan 180 lesson plans. So we take samples from each section at the beginning of the year. I told you to take the whole year's content, break it into units that made sense to you. Then FP2 was really digging into the big ideas, the enduring understandings, and essential questions of that unit. That's what we just accomplished, what I gave you a lot of feedback on. So now we're on to FP3. And what is FP3? It's just 3 single days lessons, though you can do 4 or 5 if you want, but no one ever does that, even though I always say 3 to 5 lessons each year. But if you want to do that, that's good. That's totally cool. And now here's the thing. I'm going to scroll up because it'll be helpful. Some years you need to do 3 full-blown substitute lessons that are just the lessons written out in enough detail that anyone could pick them up and do them just the way you want them to do them. That's how much detail, but this year you'll only have to do 1 sub-ready lesson plan. You'll do the more important part planning-wise is that you do the 3 lessons overviews, which aren't full lesson plans, but they should articulate why you decided to put those lessons where they've been. I wonder if anyone remembers what I said at the end of class. What I said had something to do with how FP2 and FP3 are related. There's no way that this entire unit should fit into 3 lessons. If it does, there's a problem. But there are a couple, really only 2 solutions. Either your lessons contain too much stuff, you try to pack a whole unit into 3 days, or your unit's too small. So you gotta either make your lessons, if that's the case, not everybody has to do that, but if you find yourself, your 3 lesson overviews contain the entire content of what you wrote about in your unit plan in FP2, you gotta make some choices. One of the choices you could make is add more stuff to the unit plan, the FP2 part, or really look at your FP3 lesson plans and what their learning outcomes are, and figure out, like, boy, is this too much each day? Am I trying to cover all of geology in one day and all of meteorology in another day? And that's no good, because that's too much in one day. So choose one topic, if that is the case. If you're trying to cram the whole unit into 3 days and you're realizing, just take a look at it. Is it too much to do in one day? And that's the question you got to ask yourself. We're gonna scroll right down now. Okay, so you did your graphics aren't helpful for music. Anyway, so for this FP3, there is 2 parts to this section of the final project. Just a reminder that this assignment is meant to simulate what it's like to plan curriculum in your first year teaching. I didn't think it'd be a very good idea to have you plan 180 lessons. You're welcome. So we started with the whole year overview, and then we chose one unit, and that was FP2. And from that unit, you'll choose a section that's FP3. And FP3 is just 3 days from your overall unit. And you don't only have to do 3 full lesson plans, you only have to do 1. But it is important that you, when you're thinking about planning, oh, that was lucky. That you keep in mind the big picture. Let me just scroll down because this is getting terrible. Okay, so the 3 lessons overview. So you give an overview of 3 consecutive lessons from within your unit. These should easily fit on 1 page. If you can't do that, you've gotten too granular. Each of the 3 lesson overviews include the title, learning outcome for the day, brief description of what students will do in less than 100 words, how it connects to the lessons that come before after UDL, and those 3 bullets right here. And I won't cover those asterisk things. Now that's the first part, that's the 3 lessons overview. Not in too much detail, but the lesson plan should be in a lot of detail. That class presentation date is wrong because it's from last semester. Sorry about that. You choose one of the lessons and write it out for a substitute. What does that mean? It means that someone could take a look at it 5 minutes before the class and implement it the way they would if you were there. And I think that's about it. I would say make sure that you look at the rubric, 'cause that'll tell you how to do it. That kind of rhymed. Frankly, that was an accident.